Let's talk now about shared drives. So Google has two places where files can be stored. My Drive, which we've already talked about, that is like your personal drive where you have all your personal files or individual files that you've created that you can share with others so they can collaborate with you. Then we have shared drives. Shared drives are going to be a place where you can store, search, and access files as a team. They belong to the team, not the individual. And even if members of your organization leave the organization, the files stay in the shared drive so that everyone in the team can continue to access and work on that information. Let's take a look at some sharing settings within a shared drive. So I have this shared drive here. I'm going to go to Manage Members. And there are some different options for the level of membership or the level of ability to make edits and changes within a shared drive. So first of all, the person could be a manager. That person manages the content, the people, and the settings. That person can add and remove people from the shared drive, can change the settings, and can manage the content in any way. Add, edit, move, delete files. Then we have Content Manager. That person can add, edit, move, or delete files, but can't actually remove people or change the settings. A contributor can only add or edit files. They can't actually move or delete files from the shared drive. Then someone could be a commenter, meaning they could just add comments to files within the shared drive. Or you can have somebody that's just a viewer. They can view the files within that shared drive, but can't actually make any edits to them. Anyone that you add to a shared drive will be able to see every document that is in the shared drive, but depending on what level you give them as a member will determine what they can actually do within the shared drive. So a couple of key points, and I've already mentioned a couple of these, but within a shared drive, files and folders will persist after someone leaves. So if you have people that are new to the organization and they come in, you can add them. If you have people that leave the organization, you can remove them from that shared drive, but all the files in the shared drive stay there and can still be worked on. Now let's look at some options for settings when you're setting up your shared drive to help you determine how secure you want your shared drive to be or what you want to allow to happen within your shared drive. So I'm going to go to Shared Drive Settings. And you have three options that you can choose whether you want to check or uncheck. First of all, you can decide whether you want to allow people outside of your organization to be able to access those files. This may be if you have a file or two that are things that you want to be able to share outside, but not necessarily everything. You can allow that to happen. That doesn't mean everybody has access to all the files within the shared drive. It just means you have the ability to share some individual files with people outside the organization if they need access. You can choose whether you want to allow people who aren't shared drive members to access files. Again, people that are within your organization but aren't members of the shared drive that you're looking at. Do you want them to be able to access some files if you give them sharing rights? Or allow viewers and commenters to download, print, and copy files. Do you want to allow people to be able to download files and print and copy them, or do you want them to be where they stay online and nobody can get hard copies of those? So those are options that you can choose from when you're looking at your shared drive settings.